Comrades, welcome to Oriental Empires. This is a game that's new on my radar, but apparently it's been out in early access for a while, but somehow I completely missed it. But now it is officially released from the 12th of September, and I saw it in the Steam list of new releases and I was very curious about it. So I've started it up here and just played about the first 2 or 3 turns, and then I thought maybe this would be a good one for the channel, but I'll play a few episodes and then if there is interest we can take it further from there. So right now I've of course got the Real Politics series, and also I must get back to the City Skylines, so I'll pursue this if there is interest. So let's have a look. This might also be new to you, so just keep in mind 2 caveats here. Firstly, I have 0 experience with the game other than playing about 2 turns, and also this gives us infinite opportunity for butchering Chinese names and pronunciations. So I'm always willing to learn and improve, so please do leave a message in the comments if you see I'm really mispronouncing something, because then that would be a great opportunity to learn. So let's go to single player. Unfortunately, the music I have to leave it rather quiet because I don't want to run into any issues, but I can tell you I would play this game simply for the music. It's absolutely stunning. I've always been a big fan of Chinese music. So let's go to the Grand Campaign. And here we see we have an option of picking 5 different states. There's quite a few more, but they're all locked at the beginning. They say here specifically we must play at least 120 turns to unlock the others. That goes for all of them, which might be a good thing, you know. This could sort of help to ease you into the game. So I think that's a good thing. Also incentive to actually play further. So from the ones that we have again here, I have to say I'm going to butcher names, so my apologies ahead of time. Shang, and then Zhu, and Han, and Chu, and Shu. So of these, they have various different benefits to you. Some of them also have some penalties or drawbacks as well. So I guess it depends on what kind of people you would like to play. So the Shang have a power development rate increase by 20%. I still don't know what that is, but we can find out together. Then let's have a look. Virtue, chariots, farmers, and tiger guards. The Han have 20% happiness there as well. Kill with crossbows, peasant crossbows, but they have less combat effectiveness. So I guess they're more about the ranged combat. The Chu, cultural development rate, so they're very good with their culture. Naval units as well. Happiness for nobles, and they are farmers of course, but they do have some less combat effectiveness. The Shu have a craft development rate of 20% extra. Thought development is reduced though, and value of trade is boosted. You know, I like the Chu. I really also like the banner that they have. I think that's fantastic. But also, for me, I would like to play a more cultural game here. I'm not going to be aggressive here because I don't know what I'm doing. It might come back to haunt us because the reduced combat effectiveness will definitely hurt us. So yes, but I like this. Why not? Let's give it a go. The state of Chu has a distinct culture, combining that of northern China with that of the many southern tribes it has absorbed. Its nature-inspired art, music, and pottery are particularly admired, so nature is the basis of all that they do. Chu's rulers are spiritual, but somewhat decadent. I guess that would be me as well, somewhat decadent. And their conduct of administrative and military affairs is rather inefficient. So that's where the penalty comes in. Nevertheless, Chu is a formidable power that commands the loyalty of its people. Historically, Chu became a great kingdom but was eventually defeated by Qin, so we have to be aware of that and look out for them if they are in the game. So yes, I like this. It's got a good feeling for me, you know, the culture and the loyalty and the spirituality and so on. So let's give it a go. Greetings. It's important to spread out quickly and stake out your territory, so send your settler unit out to start a new settlement. You have two main choices: settle to the east, where there is lots of excellent farmland, but also dangerous enemies, or explore the mountainous area to the west and build an economy based on exploiting whatever minerals you can find there. If you can place your settlement within 3 hexes of a rhinoceros, fish or wild game resource, you will be able to exploit it for extra income or food. Good to know. So yes, I'll be looking at all of these tutorial messages because again I have no other experience, but immediately this does evoke civilization a bit, so that's very interesting. And I think this has got such a lovely look to it, you know, the graphics are simply gorgeous. And what I noticed with a little bit that I played, you can actually zoom right out or even all the way in. So let's have a look. We can even see the people toiling in the farmlands, our loyal citizens with their great culture. Fantastic. So let's have a look at what we've got here. We do seem to have 2 valuable resources. The one is a rhinoceros. In ancient times, rhinoceros and other large animals were common on the plains of China. Rhinoceros hide leather is very tough and can be used for armor or as protective coverings for ships or siege engine. A settlement that controls or has adjacent territory to this resource will receive an income of 60 each turn. That's wonderful news. What do we have here? Wild game. This area has a plethora of animals that can be hunted for food. This will increase by 3 the food production of any settlement that controls it or has an adjacent territory. So we don't actually have to have it inside our borders. Great stuff. So that's a good beginning, I think. So let's go into Danyang and just have a look at what we can see in our capital here. So this is where things get sketchy because I don't know what I'm doing. So yes, let's have a look. Apparently one of the things we can do is to convert some of the lands within our borders into more farmland, but that seems to be tied to the number of people that we have. I guess if you don't have the people you can't work the land, so what's the point? So we have 10 right now, and also we have a settler unit that's right down here I think that we can use, but I think we can also train another settler unit right off the bat, civilians. I have no doubt this will diminish the number of our population. It would make logical sense, so let's do this first before we start developing our land. Maybe this is a group of adventurous souls setting off to create a new life for themselves in an unclaimed area of the world. Maybe they are refugees from an advancing enemy. Maybe they are being forced to relocate by the whims of an unscrupulous warlord. Whatever their reasons, you can use them to found a new settlement on a suitable location. Be sure to protect them carefully, as they have little defense against enemy soldiers. I like to read these things, at least for the first time, you know, it does add some atmosphere. So let's get them going. It will cost 500, I don't know what the currency is that we use here, I would just say gold. So let's recruit them, and they are now in the garrison. I think we could probably use them on the next turn, but we'll just check that out. So we have 8 people now, so it definitely took 2 people out, so it's a good thing to remember for the future. So now I think let's get some farms going. That converts 2 of our people to the population that's now dedicated to the farming. Let's see, population building. It could also be that by doing this we're actually taking people away from our food production for a while. Let's have a look. That's 13. Doesn't say there, that's just our total, I guess. Let's just build the 2 for now and see what happens. It will anyway take a few turns to finish. We can look on the top here also to our buildings for our city. And there's not many choices at the beginning, but we can perhaps do some defenses. I think that's a wise thing. You know, China in this age was not the safest place. There's lots of bandits and raiders all over the place. A stout wooden wall will keep out bandits and raiders and makes the inhabitants feel secure. This boosts happiness and encourages the growth of the settlement, so there is some merit in doing that. So let's pay the 750 and it will take 3 turns, so that will keep them busy for a while. So let's have a look. We have the settler unit right here, and they are not accompanied by anyone, so we have to be very careful. But if we zoom out, we can see we have many potential settlement sites. They are marked as these icons, and you can actually see, which is very useful, if you mouse over it, it will tell you what will be available to that settlement. So we can see rhinoceros is available there. So they did say we can go east or we can go west. I think we should go west at first. I don't see any mineral resources other than up here, which is a pity. There's copper. Copper will definitely be very valuable. But I think even just the rhinoceros will be a good resource to get. So let's get the settlers moving to the west here and settle somewhere in the hills. Our advisor is now saying you can change the direction the stack will face after its movement by using the change facing button underneath the unit. Let's have a look. Set facing. I guess this is not so important right now, so we can ignore that. But I want them to flee if there's ever any trouble. So say withdraw. And then that leaves us with one more unit, and that I think is our leader, Mo Wu. And he does have a bodyguard with him, so if we zoom into him, we can actually have a look there. He's in the marshlands right now. So there he is. No horses at the moment, but this does look very impressive. There he is in all of his regalia. So let's send him out to explore. I don't have another choice right now, so we can put him to work there. Let's go to the east, I think, since they did say this would have a potential danger for us, but also good farmland, so maybe we can send the next settler unit this way. Let's see, is there already a settler? Ah, there is, so it doesn't actually take a turn to prepare. They just leave the workforce and then they're ready. So let's send them out also, and they can settle maybe in the east, but not too far away. Maybe near the fish resource. That could be good. So is there anything more we must do? I think there is. We can look at our research. We can even do it here on the right. Technology and culture. So we have 4 different categories here. Power, craft, thought, and knowledge. So let's assign something for each of them. Agriculture, I don't know if we already have that. I assume we do. We're planting there, so that's why it's red, I think. Let's have a look. What's this? Rammed earth wall. The sticky yellow earth of China can be placed in a frame and repeatedly pounded with a special stick until it becomes extremely hard. While there is some technique in this, the real challenge is to organize the thousands of workers needed to create a suitable wall around a large city. That might be a good thing. Horse domestication. Maybe that's the way we need to go, but I haven't seen any horses on the map yet. Although mankind has long hunted wild horses for their meat, we can't do it anyway right now, so it's fine. Let's go with the walls. We're going to take a more defensive posture. So, craft. We can't mouse over these to see what they are. We have to select them. Bronze making. I think, would we need copper for that? I'm not sure. Precious metal work as well. Jade working. Very interesting. I wonder where there is jade on the map. Maybe this will reveal it. I'm not sure. It's another unknown for me. Silk. That's a good one. Or decorated ceramics. Maybe we should do this. Crude pots for everyday use can be produced by any village potter. but it takes a true craftsman to create more elaborate vessels. The highest quality wares have very thin walls and are decorated in black or orange using paint or lacquer. And we're a cultured people anyway, so we want to do this. We're probably gonna get smashed so quickly. But yes, it's part of the experience. I mean, technically this is really my first game. Shamanism. So thought is more the spiritual side of things. National myth, ancestor worship, divination, yin and yang. That could be a good one. I wonder what does it lead to. Wei Qi. Not sure. Right now I guess it doesn't matter too much because I anyway don't know what I'm doing. But let's take ancestor worship. It is the duty of the living to take care of the dead, lest their spirits be set adrift in heaven. If the spirits of the ancestors are well taken care of, they will intercede with the gods to improve the fortunes of the living. That might be very useful indeed. Knowledge. Horse domestication. So we get that one here apparently. So I think that's a good thing anyway. Yin and yang comes up again. Calendar. Let's take the horse domestication. That will always be a useful thing. So we're done with this. Let's have a look at some of the other screens here. Diplomacy is pointless right now. We don't know of anyone else. Then Imperial Edicts. We have the Grand Commandant. Or Commandant, I guess. Our enemies are many and a ruler cannot be everywhere at once. So this will let us hire a person to assist us there, a Commandant, to organize the army. But I don't think that's necessary right now. This turn, so this is our financial setup. And then we have our status. There's our glorious ruler. And what's this last one? Victory points and statistics and so on. But I won't pay too much attention to that right now. So that's it. I think we've set everything up and I can proceed. So it's spring right now, and this is a really cool feature of this game because you can see the blossoms on the trees and the birds are singing there. That's really very atmospheric. So let's go on to the next turn. So here we can change the speed as well. I'll just show this to you, then I'll speed it up. If we zoom in, then it's actually like real-time movement, which is really a nice feature. So you can follow them as they march through the landscape. And you can really get a sense of what your realm is like because you're seeing it on ground level, not just on a high level like civilization. So they're all marching in their different ways, but if we zoom out they do speed up a little, but I think we can just speed it up for the sake of it. And it is now summer, I would imagine. Looks like autumn though. Game help. Okay, suggestion. Recruit another settler. We have already done that, so we're one step ahead. I think this is summer, yes, so everything is a bit green, but you don't see the flowers anymore. So everyone is on their way. I think we're just going to keep exploring right now. There's not too much more to do in this turn. So let's see what lies to the east. And now it is autumn or fall because you can see the leaves are turning. Very detailed, very nice. So is there anything we need to do in Danyang at the moment? I see there's some people there, no units in garrison, which is not a good idea. Let's see if we can't recruit someone. Peasant Militia. With their short spears and light shields, these soldiers can huddle together to defend themselves, but are nimble enough to operate in difficult terrain. Their basic equipment means they are easy to train and equip, but I'm wondering if this will take our population away. May return to the recruitment pool when disbanded. So I think these are more necessary in an emergency, so I won't do that now. What about the nobles? Noble axemen. These noblemen are well equipped and ready for a fight. Their deadly dagger axes can deal lethal blows, and their armor gives them good protection at the expense of being heavy and clumsy. 35 per turn. Income is 82 per turn right now, so maybe we can take one of them. just to see, you know. So the garrison is there immediately, it looks like. Yes, so it doesn't take any training time. I guess it's not very intricate training then. So what's next? I guess we just continue to explore towards the east. Maybe we will run into someone. And let's see, what does the computer suggest here in terms of settlement? There's a potential one. We'll get fish there. I'd like to settle somewhere here where the water, you know, the rivers meet one another. But it doesn't seem like there's a good site there. I wonder if this is just a suggestion or we have to build there. Adjacent would prevent it from growing. You cannot settle next to rivers, coast, mountains or steep hills. That's very interesting. So we couldn't build right next to the river. Oh well, then we go for the other side. So that will give us a foothold there. I think we also need to go to the north as soon as possible because there is mulberry and of course we know of the copper as well. So let's see, when can we get another civilian? Oh, 14 turns. So, okay, that's fine then. So they are busy converting to farmland there. I'm wondering if we should do another one. I think so. It will tell you if you don't have enough population, if you want to build another farmland, but it will tell you, so it's not a problem there. So where's the people that are going to the west here, or pretty much to the southwest? They still take one more turn. So let's continue. And it is winter. The winters do seem very brutal. It's nothing that I'm used to here in South Africa. So let's continue with Mowu here. I think it's probably a good idea to swing to the south now. I don't want to take him too far away from our homeland. There's more rhinoceros there. Do we see anything else? Are you ready? I think they are pretty much ready to settle here in the hills to the southwest. And so let's just confirm this will give them access to the rhinoceros. Yes, so found the settlement of Ying, and we have a direct border with Danyang, so that's a good thing. So we don't have any potential for being separated there by some other settlers. So what's next? We have to wait one more turn for these settlers to arrive. It's a shame because they're going to be quite isolated from the rest of our realm. I wonder if we shouldn't take them to the north. I think we actually should. It's going to take them several turns, but I don't want them to be isolated here in the east when the AI said there could be some hostilities there. And definitely is not something I'm equipped for. So let's continue. Should be spring now. The music is just stunning. You know, a soundtrack can make or break a game. So here we see somebody new. Who is this? Bandits. Oh, not good. They're facing away right now, but that doesn't tell us anything for sure. Yeah, Ying is very vulnerable though. They have no units. So let's see if we can't recruit someone. Nothing. That's a shame. I wonder if the city mustn't grow first. Well, if it comes down to it and they start moving closer, then I will bring the nobles or even the militias from Danyang over to Ying. We'll see. Hopefully not. Leave me alone. I don't know what I'm doing. So, yes. Let's see. What else can we do? Our great leader is going to continue his explorations. And, yes, we'll get a notification when the research is finished. So right now they finished another farm there in our capital. Okay, everyone else is taking their turns. So we see some more wild game here, and also, who is this? More bandits. I'm wondering if our leader can actually take them on. I've not done any combat yet, so this will be a first for me. I don't want Mowu to get killed here. Is there any way to get statistics about them? There probably is, but I don't know how. Right-click on their portrait there. So their attack is 4 and their defense is 8. So let's look at our leader. Attack is 11 and defense is 21, so I think he's more than a match. Let's take him towards these bandits and see if we can't wipe them out. That will also give him some battle experience, which will hopefully help towards his authority, which, as far as I understand, is necessary for controlling more cities. Wonder if you can actually see that. I guess it's just by looking at his portrait. It's just 0. This character is the leader of your faction, your king, emperor or khan. You may, so I would suppose in this game that would be me now. You may use him in the same way as other characters to lead armies or govern settlements, but there are a couple of extra things to consider. First, he has a personal authority rating, which is added to the authority rating of your empire, so I suppose we have to go into that screen to see what the total is. This can be increased by winning major battles, but also decreased by significant defeats. This authority is lost when the leader dies. Secondly, when your faction leader dies, a new one will be appointed. However, to represent the uncertainty of succession, his authority will be temporarily reduced. This will be a time of danger for your empire when revolts are more likely to occur. I guess that's also a bigger threat in a very large empire. If you have 1 or 2 cities, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's have a look at the status. That should tell us the authority, I think. Victory, culture, automation. We should do quite well with culture, I think. Not sure where to see the total authority. Oh well, it's not too important right now. So what next? We're still busy with research and all of that. No notifications this turn, so let's continue. And the winter has come again. No, it's not. Looks like winter when you zoomed out. This is still the autumn. So the leader will take 1 more to get to the bandits who are attempting to hide in the forest. I wonder if the forest will actually influence the battle in some way. That could be interesting, but I'm not sure how to find out if the terrain gives more defensive bonus or something like that, perhaps. What's happening in the city? We're still busy with the farms, so that will keep them busy for a while. Recruitment, the axemen are just staying there, which is good. And we are almost done with the palisade, so that should be interesting. Oh yes, I wanted to show you this as well. Because you can zoom in so closely, you can actually have a look right into your settlement, which I think is a very, very nice feature. It gives you so much of an atmosphere, you know. This is our home here in the wild worlds of China in the long ago ancient times. So, and people are going about their business and all of that. Very, very nice. I like it. It's a very nice touch there. So, what else? Let's look at the settlers. They will arrive next turn. Where would be a good place for them? It's anywhere here, I guess. We could even put them on top of the mulberry deposit or growth, I guess. Also, because I don't know if the hills will actually give them a defensive bonus, that might be something to consider. And they could still use the copper and the mulberry. Maybe we should do that. Only go towards the hills and then we'll continue from there. So we'll have another contiguous border with Danyang. Then, where's our great leader? He should be doing his battle soon. I suppose again it's slower movement through the forest. So, is there anything we must do in Ying though? Let me just confirm. We can build some more farmland here, and is there anything we can do with the rhinoceros perhaps? No, there's no special button here for external buildings. I guess we just get the 60 extra income per turn for the city. So let's just continue with the farm then. That will help, certainly. So we need to make sure that the population is fed. I wonder in winter where the food supply stops. That would be an interesting thing to find out. So maybe we need to build a granary as well. So let's continue. One of the 4 areas. So it's good that they tell us. So we have finished with our thought, which was the ancestor worship. We can't go on to the next one yet. You must research all the technologies linked to it. So you can see there's a little line there from the shamanist side. So let's do that one. The realms of men and spirits are separate, but certain men and women are able to see into the spirit world and intercede with them on behalf of humanity. Through dances, ceremonies, and sacrifices, they can summon rain, drive out demons causing sickness, appease angry spirits, and various other forms of useful magic. So, I just have to turn off my alarm there. It's telling me it's a half hour already. So that's definitely the next thing we want to do. So that's now queued up. It will take 6 turns, so not too long. 6 more for the horse domestication, 2 more for the pottery, and 2 more for our proper walls, which I think is going to come in handy soon. Then, leader, why are you not attacking here? Maybe I didn't send him all the way. Chase bandits with nobles. Your noble warriors are much better trained and equipped than bandits or militia, and will make short work of them in battle. So this is a good way to get some experience. So let's see what a battle looks like. I want to know. The other ones are still on the way to the new site. So, okay, let's continue. There we go, we have trouble. Oh, this is where the zoom comes in handy. And now it's on normal speed again. Let's see. Mo Wu. Do some great things for our country. Well, they're outnumbered. But things are looking very good. They've had enough. We did lose a few of our troops, but I think they lost a lot more. So I consider that a great success, and I have an achievement, fighter. So that's always very nice. So I think they'll just go back to their middle point now. Okay, so they don't move all the way, or do they? Let's have a look. Yes, they do. So the other ones ran away. Okay, so we can speed it back up again. Then, yes, it's winter. A good place to leave it off, I think. We have a star here above Danyang now, so I wonder what that means. Succession crisis. There is high noble unrest here due to your leader's low personal authority. This is due to his recent, I wish the messages stayed just a bit longer, succession, and will improve with time. Until then, try to prevent a civil war. That's good advice, but doesn't tell me too much about how to prevent a civil war. I guess I have to keep the militia ready. But, so yes, I hope our leader will gain some more experience. Can we actually see what he achieved now? Or did he... Where is he? Don't tell me he perished now. That could be possible. I can't actually click on anything. That is a problem. Did I kill the leader? Oops, that's not good. Battle location. You can access a report from the message list. Leader died. Oh my good grief. Mo Wu. He had a short career. That's why we have a succession crisis so early in the game. Well, lesson learned for the future, I think. Who's the new leader? Okay, good chance to butcher another name. Is that now just Cao Hui? Maybe, I don't know, but he looks very dramatic. He looks like a good person for us. His authority is -9, that's why. So Cao Hui will hopefully get more authority for the next few turns, but I think it's safer to leave him inside here. Maybe that was just a fluke now that our great leader perished there in the forests. Well, live and learn, I guess. That does it for this episode. Thank you for watching. This is such an atmospheric game. I'm really loving it. So, yes, let's see. If there's interest, I'll certainly continue this series. Have a fantastic day.